Hey, good morning, YouTube. Ryan Curry Howard here. We have approximately 90 days, give or take, left in Madden 20. College football's on the horizon. Fantasy football drafts have already started. 2020 has already been a challenging and unique year for the human race. We had the draft last week digitally. Our entire society as we know it has changed completely. We're having to adapt and evolve pretty much in all facets of life, to be honest. And things like webcams and streaming accessories are sold out, right? Because people are learning from home, people are working from home, people are streaming games or whatever it may be, painting, artwork, etc. And companies like Canon just last week released software so that you can bypass the cam link and everything else involved. So if you have a Canon camera at home that has a USB outlet on it, it can plug straight into your PC for the first time ever. That's huge. We're literally evolving and adapting to what's going on to make the technology and everything we have more accessible and more efficient. So it's super cool to see. Everything going on right now during this pandemic is a tragedy. If you broaden the scope and look at it from above. But there is little instances like that where we can cheer on, innovation and technology being driven by things like that. It happens every time we go to war. It's just the way we evolve as humans. When we find a need, we fill it. So what's new in MUT this week? This week we got two cards we had been waiting for really patiently. Right here on the screen you see Ultimate Legend. Randy Moss is one of them. The other one that I think people were really excited for was Golden Ticket Josh Allen. Randy Moss, Ultimate Legend, luckily wasn't an LTD, and he's basically a golden ticket, right? Here, yeah, we'll go check him out. Mike Evans, Reggie White were nice golden tickets as well. Released Thursday, help people with the chase for the 99 gold defense. Reggie White's a nice defensive end, and Mike Evans is a nice corner that, looks like he has the frame and body to match up with Calvin Johnson, Randy Moss type receivers. So we'll see. After about a week of gameplay, we'll see how they fare. Champ Bailey also helps out. We all have saturated secondaries already, but if you're chasing the 99 overall gold defense, he helps. Mawai has some nice stats. He's the LTD, but he doesn't really fit that new 300 plus pound meta. Colt, Jimmy, and Zan so kindly blessed the community with. Really, all in all, a nice week of content. Whether these guys fit your team or not, for a random week in April, I would have to give this like a A+ for content. You got a super high-end quarterback, super high-end receiver, an offensive lineman you can plug in but isn't ideal, a couple of defensive secondary guys that are instant starters basically, whether it's the second or third corner, safety, whatever you're going to use them. And then a defensive end you could plug into almost any lineup other than maybe some 3-4 lineups, but I'd still argue he could fit in with all those 99 stats. So basically that's what you've got in MUT this week. I'm going to show you guys what we have to expect coming up next. So for our next promo, I think you can expect the position heroes to be coming in the next 10 to 14 days, maybe even as soon as this Friday. They could surprise us and drop it on Wednesday and make it a 2-week kind of a deal. We'll see. We can hope for the best, plan for the worst, see where we end up. Basically, what you're going to end up with is last year we had 24 99 overall players. 2 wide receivers, 2 corners, and then 1 of every other position. I think we can expect something really similar. With everything going on, I think they're taking the mold of what was already in place from last year and they're adding the flair and necessary cosmetic changes to make it applicable for this year. But I don't think that that's something that we should give them a hard time for, considering what's going on in the world and they're working from home. I think, like I said, this past week's content drop was an A+. I think they deserve a round of applause when necessary, and I think everyone at EA deserves a nod in the right direction for them dealing with everything going on and still keeping up at a pretty high pace. So these are some of the cards that they dropped on us last year. You guys can see some of the, I'll show you the second page real quick so you can, who's there. Look, there's some nice cards in here. I think some of the ones that we can expect that have cards that are, overdue. Nick Chubb, Jamal Adams, Bobby Wagner, Fletcher Cox, guys like this that are, lacking that higher end card. And what's nice is they get that gold 99. So these guys all get a 4 ability slot advantage over their opponents. So, whereas all year on defense you've been playing with 9 abilities, now on defense you can be playing with 12 abilities. So it's not quite like having a 4th person with an X factor, but it is nice. If you build your team right with some of these position heroes, you could really do something. So keep an eye out for this in the next week. Again, we're trying to do a 90 days left update and let y'all know what to expect. This is one of the things I think you should expect. Other investments, other smart things to invest in, I think Lawrence Taylor, cards like that are due a card that haven't gotten it yet. Steve Young, right? Randy Moss was a big one. He just got his. But y'all know how this works. Come here to Muthead. Go to, well, it helps if you come to Madden 20. Go to Legends. Go to Ultimate Legends. See who has one, who doesn't have one. Make that assessment and invest. It's really not complicated, right? Last but not least, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is the Madden Bowl. So we have 4 groups for the Madden Bowl, right? This starts on May 6th. Group A, this is to me the group of death. Volt is just a killer. You guys know what he does already. He builds a crazy defense and runs the ball really well. Pavon and Joke, y'all know who they are. Their names, they're household names for the competitive Madden community, all right? One younger, a little bit more of a vet, but both, dominating in every facet when they're on the field. And then Boogs is kind of a hometown favorite for me. I'm a big fan of Boogs. I have him picked to win this group and move on. We'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I'm just excited to see some high-level Madden. I know it's trying times because they're having to play it from home rather than in person, and it challenges everyone involved. But, I've been checking out what One Great User has been posting and showing the work that Madden's been putting in behind the scenes and EA's been putting in behind the scenes to make sure it's really well done. I think it's worth the click, worth going to check it out. Group B, Kiv, Mo, Drini, Mills, another incredible group of Madden players. I don't know really how you can pick one from the other, but I kind of had to find one. So Group C, Noah, Clef, Lil Man, Skeeman. This group's crazy too. Noah's been on a tear lately, both in his content creation and in his competitive Madden, climb to the top. And then the last group, same kind of concept. I don't want to play in any of these groups, except I do, because I'd love to get beat by these guys and feel how it feels to play them. But here you have Henry, Rage, Wesley, and Decroft. None of these groups are easy or are easier than the rest. It's just a matter of where do you want to play and who do you want to play against scheme-wise. So thank you guys for coming by. I appreciate you guys checking out the video. This is episode 2. We're making some improvements each time, hopefully. Go below and subscribe to the channel. That means the most for what we're trying to do. If you enjoyed this specific video, drop a like. If you didn't, leave it chill. Don't just throw it on there to throw it on there, because I need to know what's working and what's not. Comment below. Tell me who you think's going to win the Madden Bowl. Tell me who you think's going to win from each group if you want. I'll kind of play around with that idea with you guys, but I have Boogs coming out of the group of death. I think I'm going to go for Drini coming out of group B, Clef out of group C, and I think Henry might be able to pull it off in group D. Decroft is also hell over there. They're all so crazy. This is the best 16 of the year. So just tune in, enjoy. Come check out my Twitch at MUTstrategy. We'll be live later tonight, live almost every day of the week, short of Tuesday we break. So I appreciate you guys. Give back a little bit more than you take, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.